What is your biggest fear? Well, I don't really fear much. I think the biggest fear, if I were to say anything right now, what is my biggest fear is the fact that I did not leave enough for my kids to succeed. And what do I mean by that? When I wanted a family with my ex, um, we shared a value. At least I thought we did. The fact that we were growing our family's wealth. Okay, so we started businesses together and we worked together ever since I met him. We've had multiple businesses, some failed, some succeeded. That the reason why we're building that is for the family. And that is what basically wanted me to stay in that relationship, even though it was toxic, even though it was like the worst relationship I ever had. Um, but we worked together well in a business aspect, at least well enough. And at least I thought, right? Um, because we were building this, thing for our family, for, our future, for our retirement, for our, you know, our freedom, when we got older. So I worked my ass off in my 20s and 30s, and now I'm working my ass off again, of course, in my 40s, but for my own business, to provide for my family and their livelihood, you know, as well. But before it was like we're building this for them. And when we got separated and divorced, I found out that no, he was building it for his own financial freedom, for his own retirement, for what he wanted, not for the family. And he left me in a position of having to rebuild everything, um, but without the credit, without the network, without anything, which I didn't have access to anymore. So it gave me a new light into how I do things now and what I'm careful with doing things moving forward. But also the fact that I said, my biggest fear is not providing them enough stability where they wouldn't have to start totally over. Like all the years that I've built, I used to build something that should have been for them to learn and build upon, right? Learn to build because we built the foundation that I was hoping that they would be able to take on and build up and learn as they grew into it, which was no longer the case. So that's what I'm building now with my media company, with my art company, with eventually another real estate company, and other endeavors I'm looking into and I'm interested in. So, yeah, that's it.